everyone. So, you picked up a new RC car. Well, now what? Today, I'm going to bring you through a couple of steps and show you a couple of things you can get along the way to get your RC hobby really going in the right direction. One step that I would highly recommend you do first and foremost is read through your manual. For this TRX4 Sport manual, it has all the information you could ever need about the ESC, what battery sizes it takes, gearing options, and even how to program different settings within the ESC. These are very, very valuable pieces of information to keep on hand and also reread through later on. Your next step could be to do a bolt check to your RC vehicle. If it was a kit that you built, I would hope that all the bolts are already tight. If it was an RTR out of the box RC, sometimes bolts can come loose during shipping or even not be tightened from the factory. So a general go through of your vehicle will be a good thing to do to make sure that your vehicle is snug and tight and ready to go. Now to do this, you may need some tools. Your RC may have come with some tools, but if not, I have a few suggestions. First is this guy. You can find these on Amazon for in between 10 to 20 bucks, something like that. I'll have one linked below, but this one came with something that I bought. But these are awesome. It is a hex bit driver with removable hex bits and also a caddy for the rest of your hex bit drivers in the handle. If you need more than that, there is this. This is what I personally take on the trail with me. It comes with a handle and all the bits you may ever need while on the trail or on the workbench. Traxxas does sell a bigger kit than this, but this is all I personally need. Another tool that is very, very useful when working on or checking over your RC vehicle are needle nose pliers. Most times for me, I use needle nose to hold a nylon hex nut into place in a tight area, and these are a lifesaver. Another tool that is quite useful depending on the kit that you have is a Phillips Screwdriver. Now, a lot of people will look down upon kits that are exclusively put together with Phillips screws, but you may need one. And I've actually run through the house looking for a Phillips screwdriver one time to take apart or put together certain things on certain RC kits that I have. It's very useful when it comes to batteries and tools to check on your batteries and make sure they're healthy, see where they're at, and general upkeep. A battery checker. This one I have is quite fancy. It's a program box, servo tester, and battery checker all in one. Got it for $25. To me, that's a steal. But generally, I think normal battery checkers are about $15 to $20. And you need one that will not only show you the voltage on your Lipo, but also show you the voltage between each cell. Oh, and how could I forget? One of the most important tools you can have, well, I don't really necessarily call it a tool, but a storage device, is a Lipo bag for your Lipo batteries. This is essential for Lipos. Essential. If a Lipo decides to have a thermal event, if it's not within this bag, it could cause some real damage. So these are very cheap. I think this one here is like 15 bucks. 15, 20 bucks. Yes, these are essential in the care of Lipo batteries. Another thing that might help you keep everything organized is a pit mat. I will admit I'm a very messy and unorganized person, so I have yet to get a pit mat. But I am still searching for the right one for me. I know that sounds weird, but I have my eye on one that I'm going to get, and I may do a video over it when I finally get it. Now there are some advanced tools that help you with your RC hobby. One of them is a soldering iron. This soldering iron I picked up off of Amazon for Prime Day. I think it was 25 to 30 bucks, which I thought was a deal. You can hook it into an XT60 port and solder on the trail. I haven't used it yet, but it is a very nifty product that I think could help some people. I'll try to find one and link it down below as well. Soldering irons are used to connect wires to ESCs or servos, change battery leads or ends, or even change the battery connector on your ESC. I have an actual, I think it's a Weller soldering station. I got it for like $35 and it's been a lifesaver. Another advanced tool that I don't think I could do without in this hobby is a Dremel. Now some of you might be cocking your head and asking, well, why a Dremel? Sometimes things may not fit the way you think they will. And you'll have to break out a Dremel to make space for said part or motor. Or you just may need to take some material off of something to make it lighter or make it function better. A Dremel is an amazing tool to have within this RC hobby. Another tool that can be advanced for some people, but some beginners may want to get it right out of the gate, is a drill driver. Now this is probably the most unappealing drill driver to some of you, but this is my go-to. I got this at Walmart for 15 bucks. And it has saved my hands building the backside of beadlock wheels. Side note, do not build beadlock wheels with a drill driver. The main reason people stray away from recommending a drill driver within the RC hobby is because you can strip screws. This one I love so much and I go to it so much is it has enough torque to turn the screw, but once the screw is starting to hit home, the drill will tell you and it will start to slow down. I love this drill. If I can find it online, I'll leave a link to it down below. My last advanced tool is kind of a toss-up to me. You don't necessarily need it, but it's nice to have, is a 3D printer. There are a multitude of files and a handful of very good and useful websites to find RC parts or to find upgrade parts for your RC that you can print out same day and install. You can also get into learning CAD software to design your own parts or things you may need for your workbench. They are very, very useful tools within the RC hobby. Now that you've done a bolt check and you squared away your tools, the next thing I'm going to suggest for your new RC is to drive the vehicle. I have seen multiple times of people ordering a new TRX4 Sport and it's in the mail being shipped to them, and they are going to their local hobby shop to pick up beadlock wheels and new tires. They have not got dirt on the stock tires yet to see what the truck does. Drive the vehicle, see what it does, see what it doesn't do, see what you like about it, see what you do not like about it, and take note of that. And that leans into tuning your RC vehicle. If you're driving your truck and your front end is bottoming out too soon or not enough, you may have to take your preload collar and stiffen it up or let it out. And when you're tuning your vehicle, you usually want to do things one step at a time. If you do multiple steps all at once and then your RC performs worse than it did before you started messing with it, now within those 4 steps you don't know what caused the problem. So do them one step at a time and go try it again. While you're tuning your vehicle, you can look into tuning things like your shocks, your diffs, some certain electronic components can be tuned, and also sometimes your tires can be tuned with different foams or different weights in different areas. Now, while tuning all those things I just listed, you can go and use oils, silicone oils within those parts, like shocks and diffs. When tuning these things, you may be at a total loss for what to do. Your manual may give you a good first step into trying to figure out where you want to go with your tuning, but also a good thing is to look up resources. RC Crawler, the forum, can be a good website to check out for how and when to tune your RC Crawler suspension weights or shock positions or something like that. As far as diffs, there may be Facebook groups that have multiple different resources within them that you can go to find out what you may need to do to a slash diff or a bandit diff for no prep drag racing or whatever. Resources and finding good ones that you can get honest and good answers from is invaluable in this hobby. A lot of people have a lot of opinions, but sifting through that is really key in finding out how good a resource is. Now, let's say you've drove your RC for a good amount of time that you're comfortable with it and you do want to upgrade. And there are countless things you can do to an RC. You can upgrade wheels, tires, shocks, servos, better electronics, upgrading your radio system, tons and tons of things. And being smart about it is the best first step when upgrading. You want to be mindful of your vehicle. If you put an 8S system in a 10 scale car, you're probably going to hurt something. Sometimes there are upgrade paths to make an 8th scale system work in a 10 scale car, but most times it's not going to be plug and play. Now, there are upgrade parts that are essential to some cars, and you can go through your resources to find out what that is and the best way to go about installing which ones first. Another thing that will be a good thing to upgrade is to a battery charger. This one is mine and I love it. It has dual ports, can charge up to a 4S Lipo, It can discharge, put into storage, and is nice and compact on my bench. I love it. There are a variety of battery chargers you can get. I think even some of them can charge up to 4 batteries at once. The quality of your battery charger will not only improve the life of your batteries, but also can speed up the time that your batteries are charged and get you back outside running your RC faster. Okay, this video has ran on pretty long. I hope most of you have stayed to the end, and I hope it was very informative and useful. I thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.